York who would send me images of sarcophaguses that were up for auction. Finally, this one came. It was so worth the wait. We call her Liza, after Liza Minnelli.
Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I absolutely love clothing, personal style, and fashion. So if you're into that type of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram at @wears_Galdo. Right off the bat, just wanted to address it. I'm a little bit sick, so I might sound a little bit different. Sorry about that, but I'm getting over it very quickly. So anyway, today's video, I'm going to talk about Oakley. So in the vintage world, there are many types of brands and styles and trends that go in and out of cycle all the time. And Oakley, I think, is actually such a pivotal brand to exist in the 2000s, and they still are around to this day. And maybe their target demographic has changed maybe a little bit, but they kind of stay true to their design language, and I wanted to talk about that today. So what I absolutely love about vintage, just anything, is that the nature of vintage is that we rediscover aspects and characteristics of products from the past that may or may not have gotten their time to shine when they were when they first came out or in their prime. And so with Oakley, now we get to appreciate the over-exaggerated, sporty performance look that is specifically stemmed from the 2000s. Now, if I'm quite honest, I never thought I'd actually really like or appreciate Oakley sunglasses, clothing, shoes, or otherwise, because it just was so far away from what I consider to be my ideal aesthetic. But I mean, you know, when I was looking at my dad growing up wearing Oakley sunglasses, wearing Oakley polos, bags and all, I was like, you know what, I'm never gonna like that, but now I'm eating my words because now I really, really enjoy Oakley stuff. What is absolutely crazy is that with the vintage market going on right now, Oakley items, genuine vintage 2000s Oakley items, are now starting to get really expensive. Although fashion changes rapidly and cycles in and out all the time, Oakley's design language has not changed really whatsoever from its roots. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background history like I always do with my little deep dives, as well as show you my little Oakley collection. I already started the video off with this pair of sunglasses. I'll talk about them more in a little bit. But let's get into the history aspect. Oakley as a brand was founded in 1975 by Jim Jannard, and Oakley is actually named after one of Jim Jannard's dogs, Oakley Ann. The beginning of Oakley really stems from motocross handles that Jim Jannard would sell outside of the back of his truck, but then kind of advanced further into protective eyewear goggles for motocross. But then that was just their opening foray into getting into eyewear design. In 1984, Oakley started to design sunglasses, which they marketed towards more athletic, performance-driven purposes. Their main marketing strategy was definitely to get it onto athletes. So big names like Andre Agassi, Michael Jordan, and plenty of other professional athletes wore Oakley. One really, really big moment for Oakley in, like, I guess, pop culture as a whole was the 2000 Sydney Olympics, where a Trinidadian runner by the name of Otto Bolden, apologies if I mispronounced his name, but wore over the head Oakley sunglasses. That picture is absolutely iconic, and it showcases a really unconventional pair of sunglasses, but then because they were so kind of bold, unconventional, weird, and just all around unique, that then kind of propelled Oakley into just a frenzy of crazy sunglass designs that I think really ring true today and fit into the modern wardrobe super, super well. Now, Oakley's founder and the subsequent design philosophy that he had fostered was kind of really based in the 2000s, a lot of very like sci-fi looking things, inspired by a lot of movies and pop culture at the time. So that same design philosophy of problem solving has stuck with the brand for decades. The Oakley founder recognizes their process as looking at flaws or problems in current products, then correcting these problems in a forward-thinking, futuristic focused design. As of today, they are based in Foothill Ranch, California, where even their headquarters is designed with the same brutalist mechanical, pseudo-futuristic utilitarian design that they carry into their products as well. Why do I say pseudo-futuristic design when it comes to Oakley's design language? Well, Oakley's vision of futurism is deeply rooted in the late 90s to early 2000s definition of the future. Think movies like The Matrix, Blade Runner, Alien vs. Predator type of aesthetics going on. And if you were to relate it to like art into the art world, definitely H.R. Geiger kind of draws some inspiration for Oakley. Because of their methods of design, including the solving of current problems and incorporation of futuristic aesthetics, I would say Oakley is an early progenitor for gorpcore, techwear, cyberpunk styles, and many other styles as well. Oakley is 100% on the rise in the vintage market, but not only in the vintage secondhand space, but also their retail, just current season items are also pretty popular. They've done collaborations with various streetwear to luxury designers like Braindead, Palace, as well as Vetements. Really cool stuff, really interesting to look at, and adds a lot of really cool flair to an outfit. And any of Oakley's products, whether it be a bag, clothing, shoes, sunglass, anything else, is definitely going to be a really welcome addition because, again, super interesting and unique looking in the context of today's fashion landscape. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much with all that kind of like analytical information, a little bit of research. I'm trying to minimize that, but also provide information for you guys. So what I wanted to go into next is actually talk about the clothing that I have, the small collection of Oakley items that I have. First and foremost, my actually favorite Oakley item is going to be this watch. Oakley doesn't really produce watches anymore, I don't think, but this one is from the, I believe, late 90s. This is the Oakley Time Bomb watch, and this can go for actually quite a bit more money than I thought. I bought this at a vintage, like a vintage mall, and I paid about $200 for this, whereas Oakley Time Bombs can reach into the multiple hundreds, almost $1,000 on the secondhand market, which is crazy. Of course, this wouldn't be an Oakley video without showing off some sunglasses, so here you go. I forget the name of the model, but actually, is it on here? Flight Jacket, there you go. I believe this is a discontinued model, but definitely you can see that super kind of strange, futuristic, angular design. Kind of looks like flight goggles, which I think is the design motif for these sunglasses. They're polarized, they come in a various amount of different colors, as well as lens colors. You can get them prescription lenses if you want. I really just wear them with contact lenses and I'm perfectly fine. But these ran me, I think, about around $200. Oftentimes Oakley sunglasses, at least modern Oakley sunglasses, will come in this case, carrying case, so you can see the logo on front, still with that uniform design language. This one right here is going to be my second pair of Oakley sunglasses. I don't know the name for this one either, and I don't think it has it on the actual sunglass, but definitely a weird looking sunglass. Again, I really like sunglasses just because it's really sunny in Las Vegas, so it really helps me out here. But you can see these are also polarized. These are kind of a purple lens, whereas the frame itself is actually kind of like glittery a little bit, but definitely an interesting look. Next up, what I have is actually a thrifted Oakley jacket. This one is going to be more like a windbreaker jacket, so this is just a plain black. There's a little bit of a left chest design right over here, or graphic. What I like about Oakley is that their branding is very minimal for the most part. Over here we have some embroidered emblems on the sleeve. I don't know what any of them really mean, but this is kind of like a shallower mock neck type of jacket. Definitely really good as a light layer. On the back you have some asymmetrical like strapping, and then this is kind of the only most obvious branding that there is on this jacket, which is why I love it so much. Again, I thrifted that, so I only really paid like $10 for it, I think. My most recent pickups from Oakley, these were secondhand, and honestly, these actually command quite a bit of money. So these bags right here, this is the Oakley, I think it's called the Sandbag. This one is from, I believe, 2005. We have 2 modular pockets. These are able to be removed. And then we have Oakley branding. Usually I like most things in all black, but this one I just got a good enough deal on. I think I got this for about $100 on eBay, and I saw somewhere selling it for also like $400. And I was like, I'm not paying $400, but this I really, really love. The front is kind of like a suitcase design, but what really gets me is this strap. It is a crossbody strap design with a whole clasp that's actually super easy to like function. You pull it apart, and then when you pull it apart completely, you can just take off the bag super, super easy. So a crossbody messenger bag with a laptop sleeve inside of the bag itself. Super, super great for traveling. I absolutely love this bag. I brought it with me in New York, and it served me so, so well. And if you don't want to hold it like a crossbody, you can actually remove the strap completely and just use it as kind of like a suitcase. And lastly, I have a backpack. I usually don't like backpacks very much. I prefer crossbodies, but for when I'm traveling, say I need a personal item when I go on a flight, this backpack is so dope. This is the kitchen sink backpack. And as you can see, it has a lot of very interesting kind of curved line designs. The top reminds me of like the top of a Alien from like Alien vs Predator and that whole franchise, but again, they do also have the clasps that you pull off just like the crossbody, and then you can, you know, access the top here. This is a hard pocket for like headphones or whatever other electronics that you don't want crushed. This also has a side laptop sleeve that you can access from here. This holds so much. We have these kind of, I don't even know what to call them, but they have those, and I have no idea what they're for, if I'm quite honest with you. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to hang things off of there like charms, you could, but we have Oakley branding right over here that's tonal and completely kind of missable. It kind of reminds me of like how vintage military items have tags like that as well. But other than that, there is a bottom compartment that you can open up for like shoes and whatnot. This holds so much. As for the straps, they're basic back straps with little side supports, because if it's full, it can get really hard on your upper back, so you can use the lower back for support as well. And he's been dangling here for a while, but I have a little passenger on this bag as well. So for that kitchen sink bag, that's what the backpack was called. I purchased it for about $75 on eBay, where I see them on Grailed going for like $250 or something like that. For the messenger bag, seeing that for like $400 is crazy. But I'm curious as to what you guys think. Is this a passing fad, or is this something that you guys are gonna incorporate into your own styles? I really like Oakley now, apparently. So I don't know, I'm into it. I mean, the watch itself I think is like pretty timeless. The sunglasses may go like in and out of style, and then the utility of the bags, I just feel like I'll just have them forever maybe. But all in all, I actually really enjoy Oakley, and I'm becoming more like my dad. But that's pretty much all I have to show you guys today and talk about. I'm curious as to what you guys think, so put in the comments down below or DM them to me on Instagram. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody's time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.